And my next real one, come on down, come on down.
Thank you, Nancy.
Welcome, welcome. Would you
Welcome.
please tell me?
Wow. And what was that?
Oh, we'll get there. Oh,
Okay. I will pay the rent.
that was a little fast. Bruh.
Here's the thing about settling, ladies. You have to realize men have been settling. If you think you are the woman of his dreams, you are sorely mistaken. Again, men will marry the woman that is good enough if she is unproblematic and useful to him. All the other stuff that you think you're exceptional at, somebody else can do. So please believe you are not the one settling here. And over the course of the lifetime, because we naturally slow down as women, because men are built for the long haul, they will carry the burden. So they're doing that for somebody that is not their first choice.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Ron back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. So I recently came across an old Kevin Samuels clip. Very, very, very important clip. It was when he did an interview. I think the name of the content creator is Shane Booty or something like that. She has like a whole open relationship and is very, very weird. Attractive woman, but her situation is something I really couldn't rock with. However, she had Kevin Samuels come on, and what he said in this interview is one of the reasons why I started this channel and why I named this channel what it is. Because a lot of people ask me why I named this channel Average Man Unplugged, and this clip right here is just an example of why I named this channel Average Man Unplugged. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it.
Where the biggest disconnect is right now is average men are not desired by women that are average. Women have openly said, I would rather be in a rotation of a man of high value than to get with a man and do the things we're talking about building. So what do we tell men here in the middle? That's the unheard part of the conversation. These guys are starting to feel unheard, unacknowledged, and unmotivated because what is a life for a man who can go work, to be a cog in the machine? You're starting to see a lot of guys saying, well, if I'm not going to have a career where I'm making six figures or more, why do I need to go to college and get all that debt? I can't have her anyway.
Mm-hmm. I want to play that again for you guys one more time.
Where the biggest disconnect is right now is average men are not desired by women that are average. Women have openly said, I would rather be in a rotation of a man of high value than to get with a man and do the things we're talking about building. So what do we tell men here in the middle? That's the unheard part of the conversation. These guys are starting to feel unheard, unacknowledged, and unmotivated because what is a life for a man who can go work, to be a cog in the machine? You're starting to see a lot of guys saying, well, if I'm not going to have a career where I'm making six figures or more, why do I need to go to college and get all that debt? I can't have her anyway. Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm happy I came across this clip because, for one, I don't watch her channel, and I couldn't remember her name. But when I came across this, I was thinking to myself, this is exactly why I named my channel Average Man Unplugged. This is exactly why I started this channel. Because when you started hearing all these conversations in this space, one of the biggest takeaways for me was the fact that y'all speak on these talking points as if everybody can make 100K or more, like everybody can be a millionaire, like every woman can get a man of high status, high value, or whatever the case may be. And that's why I would always bring up the question, so does that mean that 80, 85, 90% of people in the country shouldn't get married because they're not making six figures or more. Because based on the statistics, only about 20% of men are making that or more. And that's including the ones that are already married or in relationships, whatever the case may be. So it always seen it as a void in this conversation. It's like, what about all of the working class people? You know, the same working class people that flip the whole country red, basically. Those people. We got to start being more realistic, especially when it comes to the women, because when you try to explain economics to them, they ain't trying to hear it. Let's keep it moving, because this conversation is being had in other platforms as well, like on whatever podcast. Check this out.
Here's the thing. Let me ask you guys a question. Do you guys want an average guy? Here's the issue, right? Average women don't want average guys because they think that they're not average. They think that they're above average. You have average women that are going to be chasing after exceptional or above average men. They're going to curve men who are average, who are actually on their level. That's why you get caught up with boys and in situationships and a guy never committing to you or a guy who's cheating on you because you're shooting out of your league. So if you think you're a 10, surely you must deserve a 10. You're going to chase after Chad. You're going to spend your 20s a bunch of dudes. You're never going to actually get into a proper monogamous relationship. You'd rather have the divided attention of a hyper attractive guy than actually have commitment from an average dude because you think you're above average. That's the problem in the dating marketplace. Here's the thing.
And he is 100% correct. And you're going to see an example of that in this very next video. Check this out.
Hey, how tall are you?
5'9".
All right, what's the minimum height that you would date?
6'1", yes. Have some nice babies.
How tall are you?
5'6".
What's the minimum height that you would date?
5'11". You got to be like 5. Really 6'0". 6'0", that's it. Something I can look up at.
Hey, how tall are you?
5'9".
What's the minimum height that you would date?
6 foot.
How tall are you?
6'2".
What's the minimum height that you would date?
6'4".
How tall are you?
5'6".
What's the minimum height that you would date?
6 foot.
Hey, how tall are you?
5'2".
What's the minimum height that you would date?
6'3", because my dad's 6'3".
Hey, how tall are you?
5'9".
What's the minimum height that you would date?
6 foot. I'm 5'3", no limit. Short kings matter.
Hey, how tall are you?
5'2".
What's the minimum height that you would date?
Minimum 6 foot.
Hey, how tall are you?
5'9".
What's the minimum height that you would date?
5'8".
Hey, how tall are you?
5'8".
What's the minimum height that you would date?
6'7".
Why you said?
That's how tall my man is.
Okay. Hey, how tall are you?
5'4".
What's the minimum height that you would date?
5'11", 6 foot.
How tall are you?
5'2".
What's the minimum height that you would date?
6'2".
Why is that?
Why?
Yeah.
Do I have to say it?
Okay.
I like to be thrown around.
5'7". 5'7".
We had women from 5'2" all the way up to 6'2", and out of all those women, only about 2 of them said they would be cool dating a guy their height. One of them said short kings matter, and she said the last one that was 5'7" said that she would date a man that's her height. But you had a woman that said that was 5'2" saying that her minimum height is 6'2", 6'3". Yeah. And all those women were average looking. Let's keep it moving.
If he was like 5'5", would you still date him? Like same person, but he's just like 5'5". Still taller than you, right?
Yeah, but I like the height difference.
So would you still be with him if he was like shorter?
Now, no.
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 Yeah, you saw that look on his face? He did not like that. So now you know, brother, she does not like you for you. But women want men to like them for them.
Do you feel like the more options you have, the more valuable you are?
No, because there's a lot of men with a lot of money that are absolute trash people, but have a ton of options because they're rich.
That's a bar.
Yeah. And I think that there are a lot of beautiful women that have a ton of options, but don't have the character to substantiate it, but they could still sleep with or temporarily date some really great options because of the illusion of how they look might actually match their character. And that's usually not the case.
When we ask a woman what she wants from a man, she has a long laundry list. He got to be this tall. He got to make this much money. He got to be this competent. He got to be a leader. He got to be protective. She has a whole laundry list, right? But the second a man tells a woman what we want in return, oh, you shouldn't want that. If we say, oh, we don't care. We don't want a woman who's out of shape. That's a problem. Oh, you fat shaming. We don't want a woman that's a hoe. Oh, you can't judge a woman for her past or can't judge a woman for her body count, etc. Men want different things in a relationship than you do. If we wanted the same things, guess what? We would be dating other men. We bring different things to a relationship, right? So when I tell you that a man wants a, fit, feminine, friendly woman that's submissive, they ain't a hoe, that's all we want. That's it. So if you go out and someone else, you're giving away the number one thing we're looking for in the relationship because we don't ask for much.
And I'll break it down very simple and concise. Cheating for a man is much different from cheating for a woman, right? The baseline that a woman brings to a man is sexuality. The baseline that a man brings to a woman is protecting and providing. Whoever gives up their baseline cheated. Boom. So when a man is having with another woman, he's not giving up his baseline, he's not cheating. When a woman has with another man, she's giving up her baseline, she's cheating.
When we ask,
I know a lot of women, especially women, even some men are going to disagree with that last part that he said. However, the part about the laundry list compared to what men want, that I can definitely get behind. I understand the logic behind the whole cheating. I get that. I don't promote it or, champion that. But however, it does bring up the question, and that's always being thrown around a lot, who's really the prize? And when you consider that women demand so much more out of men in comparison to what men require out of women, it's kind of hard to argue that.
A lot of these women be like, I know my value. Value is what? You're just like every other chick out here. I've seen 1,000 of you. You're selfish. You're entitled. You're sneaky. You're manipulative. What is your value?
A woman said to me the other day, what do you think is one of the number one dating problems? I said, if I tell you, you ain't gonna want to hear it. She said, no. I said, I'm gonna tell you. She said, what? I said, in most cases, a man has to change for a relationship because women want men to be a particular way. But anytime a man remotely tells them about themselves, of what they want, you have to accept them for them. And that's a problem. You want a grown person to change for you, but you're not willing to change for the grown-up. In most cases, most men don't complain a lot about what they want. You talk about in most cases, lady, you get in your feelings, you're in denial. Unless you dated some very weak men. If you dated some very weak men, please do not jump in this conversation because you're going to use your very weak men and make that the standard. In most cases, most men complain less about what they want in relationships. And most women think they're better in relationships they are because most men don't complain as much.
Yeah, because if they say something, then they're going to call you sassy and you shouldn't be going back and forth with a woman. The typical shaming tactics and ad hominems that are used to silence men from giving women any kind of correction or leadership, the same leadership that they claim that men are lacking, but when men try to correct them, it's a problem. So unfortunately, ladies, part of leadership is correction, critique, holding other people accountable. If your boss isn't holding you accountable for the things that you're not doing at work, you're probably not going to respect them and keep on doing what the fuck you want to do, right? Yeah, the same applies.
How many times have you guys been on my channel and heard a woman who was married to a man who was a good father, sounds like a good man, good with the kids. His only crime, he did not earn what his wife felt like he should earn. 3 shows come to mind, including the one last night. I could splice any one of these women in and understand all these women were average height, obese, and average looking and average earning. But yet those women spoke of their husbands with disgust. Let me let you in on a secret, women, period. You're not doing a man any good, you're not doing him no favor by being his wife. Let's get real. A lot of you ladies, a lot of you average looking women talk like you're doing somebody a favor.
Man. Yeah, Kevin Samuels was definitely a different breed, but he was 100% correct. It is a lot of average looking women out here whose their ego is inflated, and a big part of that is men. It's men being involved in simp culture, lack of masculinity, and the funny part about it is that women don't even find most men attractive. So I find it a bit funny that women have such an inflated ego from the amount of attention that they get from men, even though they don't find most men attractive. That really don't add up. The math ain't mathing on that one. But y'all let me know what y'all thought about this. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know what I'm uploading. Hit the like button, because helps with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also, look out for the travel vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.